have an immense appetite for solitude, like an infant for sleep, and if I don't get enough for this year, I shall cry all the next. The path of least resistance leads to crooked rivers and crooked men. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you imagined. As you simplify your life, the laws of the universe will be simpler. Friends. They cherish one another's hopes. They are kind to one another's dreams. Amid a world of noisy, shallow actors, it is noble to stand aside and say, I will simply be. Public opinion is a weak tyrant compared with our own private opinion. What a man thinks of himself, that is, which determines, or rather indicates, his fate. We are born as innocents. We are polluted by advice. If a plant cannot live according to its nature, it dies, and so a man. I should not talk so much about myself if there were anybody else whom I knew as well. When we are unhurried and wise, we perceive that only great and worthy things have any permanent and absolute existence, that petty fears and petty pleasures are but the shadow of the reality. Simplicity, simplicity, simplicity. I say, let your affairs be as 2 or 3, and not 100 or 1,000. Instead of 1,000,000, count half a dozen, and keep your accounts on your thumbnail. It is better to have your head in the clouds and know where you are, than to breathe the clearer atmosphere below them and think that you are in paradise. Happiness is like a butterfly. The more you chase it, the more it will evade you. But if you notice the other things around you, it will gently come and sit on your shoulder. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. This curious world we inhabit is more wonderful than convenient, more beautiful than it is useful, and it is more to be admired and enjoyed than used. Every path but your own is the path of fate. Keep on your own track then. Do not hire a man who does your work for money, but him who does it for love of it. It is desirable that a man live in all respects so simply and preparedly that if an enemy take the town, he can walk out the gate empty-handed and without anxiety. If I repent of anything, it is very likely to be my good behaviour. What demon possessed me that I behaved so well? Be resolutely and faithfully what you are. Be humbly what you aspire to be. The man who goes alone can start today, but he who travels with another must wait until that other is ready, and it may be a long time before they get off. Our whole life is startlingly moral. There is never an instant's truce between virtue and vice. Goodness is the only investment that never fails. In the long run, men only hit what they aim at. Therefore, though they should fail immediately, they had better aim at something high. Though I do not believe that a plant will spring up where no seed has been, I have great faith in a seed. Convince me that you have a seed there, and I am prepared to expect wonders. All change is a miracle to contemplate, but it is a miracle which is taking place every instant. The whole course of human history may depend on a change of heart in a single, solitary, even humble individual, for it is within the soul of the individual that the battle between good and evil is waged, and ultimately won or lost. He who hears the rippling of rivers in these degenerate days will not utterly despair. The finest qualities of our nature, like the bloom on fruits, can be preserved only by the most delicate handling, yet we do not treat ourselves, nor one another, this tenderly. We hear and apprehend only what we already half know. I found in myself, and still find, an instinct toward a higher, or as it is named, spiritual life, as do most men, and another toward a primitive rank and a savage one, and I reverence them both. I love the wild not less than the good. Most of the luxuries and many of the so-called comforts of life are not only indispensable, but positive hindrances to the elevation of mankind. With respect to luxuries and comforts, the wisest have ever lived a more simple and meagre life than the poor. Direct your eye inward, and you will find 1,000 regions in your mind yet undiscovered. Travel them and be expert in home cosmography. Every creature is better alive than dead, men and moose and pine trees, and he who understands it aright will rather preserve its life than destroy it. I know of no more encouraging fact than the unquestionable ability of man to elevate his life by conscious endeavour. Begin where you are, and such as you are, without aiming mainly to become of more worth, and with kindness aforethought, go about doing good. The youth gets together his materials to build a bridge to the moon, or perchance a palace or temple on the earth, and at length the middle-aged man concludes to build a woodshed with them. If you can speak what you will never hear, if you can write what you will never read, you have done rare things. Every blade in the field, every leaf in the forest, lays down its life in its season as beautifully as it was taken up. I believe that there is a subtle magnetism in nature, which, if we unconsciously yield to it, will direct us aright. For it matters not how small the beginning may seem to be, what is once well done is done forever.